So, it is now time to discuss one of my actually only monocolored decks in EDH. This is Lyra Dawnbringer. I think I've opened this myself a few years ago. It's not as expensive now as it used to be when it was the most played, but as always with my channel, I would like to comment on the art. It's very, very special. It's a very beautiful angel. This is an angel deck, so. But it also has a very special flavor text. You are not alone. You never were. It might sound a bit weak, but sometimes this card can actually give some solace. A few years ago, I decided that she needed her own deck, and as you might have noticed with previous videos that I have uploaded, I build a lot of control decks. This needs to be a bit more offensive because I feel you want to play a lot of angels, and if you want to have a lot of creatures, then control doesn't fit as an archetype. However, you can still make a lot of cool art decisions. For example, you can play a crap ton of planes from Urza's Saga, all of which symbolize Serra's realm. Now, I don't really have enough to prove this, I think, but like I can just try to demonstrate that if you have a sufficient amount of Serra's lands, you can fit them together almost like a panorama. I don't do it justice, and there's a fourth land that even fits, but I can't hold 4 cards. You can try this on your own if you want. Um, don't go to Serra's realm to do it. It might break because of all the lore explosions that are happening in Serra's realm. Anyway, I love these. I also have 2 more Serra lands from Serra's Legacy and another Serra Saga. This is a man land. This is a cycle land. They don't fit with the art as well, but at least they're in Serra's realm. And arguably, you could just have said, "Hey, why don't you play Serra Sanctum in this deck?" I used to try to, but it doesn't run so many enchantments that it doesn't really give a payoff. I have some Elspeth Planeswalkers, though not the Angel Planeswalker. I'm a bit sad I haven't drawn that, but at least she stands over here on an extension art. I would like to have her. So, you have obviously your necessary amount of angels. For this to work, you need a lot of angels. Many of them are just generic angels, not that very impressive. This one I've always thought was rather cool. They're just angels. This one stops a combat. That's cool. I just I wanted to try some kind of tribal deck, and I'm a weak player for angels. Um, this one I feel is very cool. I've never really understood the flavor text. A keen mind wields an army, as a deft hand wields a sword. I don't know, maybe they mean that you can fight with your mind, but that's not really what the card does. It's a very, very cool art. It's a upset angel commander kind of, but she it seems like she's very fighty. Maybe the point with the flavor text is that you can decide what kind of strategy you want for your army. I love this card. This is a really cool card. To support all of these angels, I mean, they're a bit squishy if you were to run into a control deck, and I've actually just played this deck once in EDH night, and it lost. So, but I mean, can still be fun. I have some specific cards. For example, you can't do Angel Tribal without Pareli on the 2. That wouldn't really work. But I also tried to get a kind of sub theme in because I felt that it fit with +1/+1 counters. So you get +1/+1 counters on the team, +1/+1 on the team, and yeah, if you have +1/+1 counters, you get more even on this angel. It's not a superb plan, but I wanted to represent that somehow the holy power of the angels, uh, that they were growing together, that they were supporting each other. I mean, even Lyra buffs angels. That seems to be the point. That seems to be what they want to do. And then I have some specific cards that I would like to talk about. Obviously, you need Sarah Angel. You really do. There's even one better Sarah Angel from I think maybe I even have her somewhere here. Though I'm not sure. Yes, this particular art. I don't know why I'm not running this. It's the same art. You might notice this, but it's not the same flavor text. This flavor text. Oh my god. Perfect justice in service of a perfect will. I think I'm actually going to just live now. I'm going to remove the old Sarah Angel. I'm going to put in this one because it's yes, yes. Uh, so you get to go away. And there are some others. I really, really like Sarah. Not as much as I like Elspeth, but I've not bought and opened this, but I helped to open some boosters from Modern Horizons, and I accidentally ended up opening this, and then I ran immediately to the counter and bought it. It's just Sarah. It's not an amazingly super strong Planeswalker, but it's Sarah. And uh, this is also Sarah on Worship. It's one of the arts that I saw as a young player when in the 90s or late 90s I was introduced to the game. Believe in the ideal, not the idol, Sarah. And it keeps you alive if you have a creature. That's really cool. I used to play this in a deck, a casual deck, with this card too, and then I would keep myself alive with the worship and just a Forbidding Watchtower. That was it wasn't cool. It wasn't good or anything, but it was fun. Another lore point is Radiant, the Sarah Archangel who sort of keeps control over the area of Sarah's realm. Eventually, I think I don't remember if she dies or something, but it's a cool angel. It's a very angry angel. You can tap others to give it protection. So and finally, I have some particular art and flavor choices. I've always been very weak for Fortify. It has it's a rather cool art. It gives a feeling of combat, and the effect you can either choose to like buff your team offensively or defensively, and the flavor text. Oh my god. Where metal is tainted and wood is scarce, we are best armed by faith. That feels very fitting for a holy angel army to be armed by faith. And some of the, in my opinion, coolest angels might not always be the best angels, but Emancipation Angel. This art is from Jumpstart. I think that it's the same as from some Innistrad art, but yeah, sometimes I like the original. I don't know why I don't have that. It's a very calm angel this time. 3 mana, 3/3, but you bounce something, which sometimes can even be very beneficial. And the flavor text, you have done your best. I give you leave to rest. This is a supporting angel. She wants to help you. And Linvala the Preserver, maybe not the classical first Linvala, but a very, very dramatic Linvala. And she comes in and she gives you life and she gives you an angel. I used to play this in many kinds of decks back in the day, even when she was standard legal. It wasn't superb, but it was so. You felt really good when you drew her and you played her and she saved your life. That was really cool. Magali Villeneuve has been using computer art. I feel like I believe that she's doing her own art. You might even tell me that it's not computer generated, and then I will just be flabbergasted, because then she's really impressive. But like, to me, she does really good art. But compared to like Rebecca Guay, I feel that Rebecca Guay's handcrafted art beats Magali Villeneuve. But not to say that Magali isn't good. I mean, she's really good still. So you might really tell me if she's using real art, because I will really be impressed. And finally, Angel of Mercy. Not a very expected angel. 5 mana for a 3/3, not super good. Flying and gives you 3 life. But the art. I think this is one of the first angels I saw in Magic. And it still, to me, it feels like how the angels should look. So, as I said earlier, I mean, this deck, not the best, not very strong, but it still feels good to have a mono white angel tribal. It has like, except for what I think it has some removal, just like one sweeper just to be sure. So this is really to help pause the soul.